where every story pulls back the veil on love, betrayal, and the darkest corners of the human heart. Tonight we enter a world where trust shatters with a single look and the truth hides behind closed doors. Sit tight. This is one story you won't forget. I sensed something was wrong the moment I walked in. The house was too silent. Not the kind of peaceful quiet after a long day. This was a silence that felt deliberate, almost staged. Her shoes sat by the door. Her bag rested on the counter, but she wasn't there. Emily, I called, forcing a brightness into my voice that didn't match the tightening in my chest. No answer. I dropped my keys into the bowl by the door and paused, listening. A faint sound upstairs, muffled movement, a whisper of something. I climbed the stairs slowly, each creak of the steps louder than it should be. The bedroom door was closed. That door was never closed. I pushed it open and there she was sitting on the edge of the bed, hair damp as if fresh from the shower, her phone clutched tight in her hands. She looked up at me with wide, hollow eyes, full of something between fear and despair. "Mark," she said, her voice cracking. I froze. Her expression told me more than words ever could. Something had happened. Something she didn't want me to know. "What's going on?" I asked quietly. She shook her head too quickly. "Nothing. I was just thinking." At 7:30 p.m., the door shut, the lights dim, her hands trembling as if she'd seen a ghost. I stepped closer, scanning the room. The sheets were slightly rumpled. Her perfume hung heavier than usual. And then I saw it. His watch. A man's watch on the nightstand. Not mine. I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. My stomach already knew what my mind refused to say. "Who was here?" I whispered. Her lips parted. For a moment I thought she might lie. She used to be good at that. Little white lies about where she'd been, who she'd spoken to. But this time she didn't try. She looked down. That was enough. "It's not what you think," she murmured. God, I hate that sentence. It's never true. "Then what is it?" I asked, my voice rising despite the lump in my throat. "Because from where I'm standing, Emily, it looks exactly like what I think it is." Tears welled in her eyes. I didn't feel sorry for her. Not yet. Not with the air still heavy with someone else. "I didn't plan for this," she whispered. "It just happened." That was the moment the floor fell out from under me. 4 years of marriage, 8 years together. We met in college, built everything side by side. Our home, our routines, our little traditions. And now it just happened. "With who?" I asked, my voice cold. She hesitated. That hesitation told me everything. "Someone from work," she finally said. "Ethan." I laughed, but it came out broken. "Ethan, the one you said was just a friend?" She flinched. "Emily," I said, my voice shaking not with rage, but with something far worse. "Was it here? In our bed?" She covered her face with her hands. Her silence said it all. I turned away, pacing because if I stayed still, I might break. My hands clenched and unclenched. My mind replayed every moment over the past months. The late nights at the office, the sudden bursts of guilt-driven affection, the way she'd started locking her phone. I'd known. Deep down, I'd known. "Why?" I finally asked, turning to her. Was I not enough? Was our life not enough? She looked up at me, tears streaming. "You are enough, Mark. I don't even know what's wrong with me." I felt invisible. And he noticed me. Invisible. The word hit harder than the betrayal itself. I had worked double shifts to pay off our mortgage early. Surprised her with weekend getaways. Learned how to cook her favorite meals just because. And she felt invisible. I wanted to scream. To throw that watch out the window. To shake her until she understood. But I didn't. Instead, I sat in the chair by the dresser. My body suddenly heavy. "So, what now?" I asked. She wiped her cheeks with her sleeve, like a child caught stealing. I ended it, she said. I swear tonight was him trying to say goodbye. Here. I snapped. He came here to say goodbye to our home? She didn't answer. The clock ticked. I stared, thinking how time is merciless. One moment, you're laughing, planning a future. The next, you sit in the ruins of something you thought solid. I can't do this, I said, standing. Mark, please. She reached out, but I stepped back. I need air, I muttered, grabbing my jacket. Outside, the night was cool, quiet. I walked with no destination. Past the grocery store where we shopped together. Past the cafe where we shared our first coffee. My mind was a storm. Anger, heartbreak, and a feeble strand of hope insisting this could be fixed. But every image of her with him, his hands on her, his watch left behind like a mark, burned that hope down. I didn't go home that night. I slept in my car by the lake, staring at the ceiling until sunrise. The next day, I didn't shout. I didn't smash anything. I called a lawyer. When I returned home, she was at the kitchen table, pale, hollow-eyed, waiting. I know what you're going to do, she said softly. Do you? Yes, I nodded. Divorce? I didn't answer. I handed her the papers a week later. She cried, begged, promised it was a mistake she'd regret forever. But a mistake is burning dinner, forgetting an anniversary. What she did was a choice. The months that followed blurred into legal forms and cold mornings. Friends took sides. Some said forgive, people make mistakes. Others said ruin her, take everything. I chose neither. I didn't want revenge. I wanted peace. When the divorce finalized, she moved out quietly, left her keys, sent one last text. I'll always love you. I didn't reply. Love doesn't sneak into your bed, wearing someone else's watch. A year has passed. I live in a smaller place now, closer to the city. I've started running, reading, even dating slowly, carefully. The scars remain, but they don't throb as much. Sometimes I wonder if I could have fought harder, forgiven sooner, tried therapy, tried something. Then I remember her eyes that night. Despair, not because she was losing me, but because she'd been caught. And that, I think, is the cruelest part of betrayal. It's not just breaking your heart. It's letting you believe it was safe in their hands. Until the very last second. Now I keep my heart closer to my chest, not locked, but guarded. Because when I opened that bedroom door, I didn't just catch my wife in betrayal. I caught myself in the moment I finally stopped pretending love was loyalty. You've been listening to Breakup Cheater, where Betrayal. Emotions echo long after the last word. If this story gripped you, subscribe, share, and join us again for another night of heartbreak, secrets, and the haunting what-ifs of human connection. Until next time, keep your heart guarded and your eyes wide open.